Ooh, yeah, whoa, yeah. Hello! Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about this thing. Why you need this thing if you are serious about your swimming. If you don't know what this is a kickboard. You've probably seen a lot of people at your local pool use this. You're wondering, do I need to use this? And you're probably asking, how do I use this? Okay, so this video is for you, which will answer all these questions that you have on your mind. Before you learn anything, you need to learn how to do this. Spin your kickboard like this. This is the first trick you need to learn. You know why? Because everything else is pretty boring afterwards. Okay, so better off start learning the fun stuff first. Yeah. This is why you need a kickboard. A kickboard is really good for practicing your kicking. Okay, whether you're kicking on your front or kicking on your back, and it will help you with your pulling. But primarily, I use this, or most swimmers use this, just to warm up their legs before they do their actual strokes. Okay, here's why. The funny thing about front crawl is that what most people don't tell you is that when people are doing their front crawl, the actual front crawl itself, most people aren't thinking about their legs. Okay, so I think of it like driving a car. When you're driving a car, usually you're focusing on the road that's ahead of you, the people around you, and the arms on your steering wheel. But rarely do you look down on your feet and see if your legs are pressing the gas. No, nobody thinks about that, right? It's automatic. Nobody looks down at their feet to check if it's working or not. Same thing applies with front crawl and front kicking. Usually, when you're doing your front crawl, most of the times, you're not thinking about your legs. Your legs are just doing its work, and you just let it be. If you want to know, the main drill that most people do is they hold the kickboard out like this, and then they start kicking. They're doing this to warm up their legs. When you're in this position, you can breathe, you don't have to put your face in the water, and you can scope around in your settings. You can take a look at the people around you, see if there's any hot girls around, right? So that's why people do this position when they're front kicking. Me, I don't really like this position because I have a lot of muscle. So I usually think when I'm doing this with my arms out like this. I'm pretty low. The kickboard sinks like this. What I do instead is I do this way. So if you see me front kicking, I like to do it this way. So as you can see, I put my head down, I can relax, because funny thing about this position is your neck is cranked. So it's kind of uncomfortable for your neck. Whereas if you're in this position when you're front kicking, your head is nice and relaxed. Facing down, you're blowing your bubbles. You kill two birds with one stone. You practice your kicking, and you practice your breathing at the same time. So it looks like this. Which style that you prefer? This style with the head out, or this style with the head down? It's up to you. As long as you're getting your front kicking drills in, that's all that matters. A lot of people get confused. They send me their videos, they need help with their front crawl because their lower body's sinking as they're doing their front crawl. Usually when I see their front kicking, the newbies, the problem lies with their front kicking. Their front kicking is not automatic yet. So they're at the stage where they can't trust their feet to press on the gas and the brake at all times. No, it fumbles around. And you can tell when they're doing their front crawl, their legs are down here, and they don't know it. That's why I tell them to film your swimming. And you should be too. If you're serious about your swimming, you should be filming your swimming. My advice for front kicking is to make sure that your feet are on the surface, creating white water like this, and they're making a consistent sound. So the sound sounds like this. Okay? This is what I do. It sounds like a tugboat. That's the sound you should be making. This is the sound you should not be making. You hear that? Like a hummingbird. That's too hard to keep up, okay? You're gonna burn out. You're gonna build up too much lactic acid in your quads, and you're gonna get tired really fast. I'm actually tired right now just doing that. A lot of students of mine suffer from this hummingbird kicking. Kicking too fast. The opposite of that is kicking too slow. So, this is what kicking too slow looks like. Nothing! You don't hear anything. You don't see any white water, and their feet are too low in the water. And that's another no-no, okay? Because that's really hard to keep up to. It's like kicking your feet in quicksand. Your feet want to be, ideally, on the surface of the water, creating white water. Gung, 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 gung. Slow. Turtle kicking. Mute kicking, as I call it. Do this. Tugboat kicking. Jump, 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 jump. Second tip. You should not be exerting too much force into your kicks. I know that when I'm kicking, it sounds very powerful, right? But in reality is, I'm not really putting a lot of effort into my kicks. And here's the reason why. The more effort you put into your kicks, the more your quads will tense up and just overload with lactic acid, okay? It's just like getting a pump at the gym. There's a certain number that you can go up to until your arms or your legs, whatever you're working out, has too much lactic acid, and you just gotta stop and take a breather. If you wanna do this long term, you gotta think light and pat, 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 pat kind of feeling with your kicking. I know it sounds like gung, 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 but in reality, my mind is saying pat, 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 pat. Pat the water. Take a look at my kicking underneath the water and see for yourself. I know there's a lot of bass, but reality is pat, 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 pat in my mind. So make sure it's light. Otherwise, you won't be doing this for so long. You won't be able to keep it up. How many laps of front kicking drills should you be doing? Well, it's up to you. Everyone's different. My recommendation is for you to do 4 consistent laps. 4 consistent laps of front kicking drills with a kickboard. 25 meters, okay? So basically 100 meters worth of non-stop front kicking drills. Just doing 1 lap is hard enough, okay? So start with the 1 lap. But ideally, for me to warm up, to keep my legs warmed up, 4 laps is sufficient. Anything beyond 4 laps is tedious. It's kind of boring. Let's do another lap together. Quick breath. Quick breath. Quick breath. Quick breath. Done. Third tip for you, if you're gonna do front kicking, is the speed, okay? So a lot of you are gonna be wondering, my God, I'm not moving fast. I'm going so slow. What's wrong with me? Okay, well, here's the reality. Front kicking won't get you very far. That's why we do front crawl with the arms. The arms do the crawling part of your swimming, not your legs. It's not called leg crawl, it's called front crawl. It's all top heavy, it's all front part based. Your arms do most of the power, give you all that speed when you're doing front crawl. Legs alone won't get you a lot of speed. Legs are there for stability and just to keep your lower body up on the surface of the water. You don't want to be dragging your feet down here. That's a liability, okay? You don't want an anchor. Light and just assisting assisting your arms, which do all the main pulling, the crawling part. When I'm doing my front kicking, I'm not thinking about speed. I'm not really going that fast when I'm front kicking. I expect to be moving like a tugboat, and so should you, okay? So don't worry about speed. What you should be worrying about is which lane you're practicing your front kicking drills. Because when you're doing your front kicking drills, obviously you're going really slow. So go to the slow lane of your local pool. Don't do this in the fast lane because you're gonna piss off a lot of fast swimmers that are using their arms and legs together. You're gonna get a lot of dirty stares. So practice in the slow lane, always, because you won't be going fast. Now, when you're doing your back kicking, it's a completely different story. Back kicking is a lot more effective, okay? For example, if I'm kicking on my back, I can go a lot faster than I am on my front. Your legs are more effective when they're on their back versus on their front. They just have more surface area to move. The consequence of kicking on your back is that it's going to require a little bit more energy to keep this up. So front kicking is less effort, but back kicking is a lot more. You see how the water moves? It's a lot more, it's a lot bigger than front kicking. If you can see that. So expect to exert a little bit more oomph when you're on your back. So your quads will burn a lot faster when you're kicking or when I'm kicking on my back. For back kicking drills, 1 or 2 laps is enough. Front kicking, 4 is enough for me. Now let's talk about holding this thing. How should you be holding this kickboard when you're doing these drills, okay? So the way I teach my students to hold the kickboard is to imagine that you're holding a hamburger, okay? So you're eating a hamburger, you hold the hamburger like this. Right here in the middle. Thumbs on the bottom, fingers on the top, okay? And you place the kickboard onto your chest. The reason why you put it up to your chest, near your chin, is because you don't want these things hitting your thighs or your kneecaps. Hold it like a hamburger, near your chin, chest, place it on your chest, and look to the sky. Front kicking, like I said earlier, you could do this. Girls get away with this much easier than guys with muscle, okay? So hold it like this. Place your forearms and your bicep onto the kickboard, like this. Okay, can you see that? Place it like this. Okay, so you got your wrist, forearm, your bicep resting on the kickboard. Okay, it does all the lifting for you. But if you're heavy like me, then you probably have to step it back. Okay, so again, thumbs on top, fingers on the bottom this time. Okay, hold it like this. You can hold it like this. Hold it like this. I like holding it like this, okay? Because why? I've got a huge circle to play with. So I can put my head down with ease and blow my bubbles. You can do this and cheat. Or if you're in this position, which is what I recommend for new beginners, here's how I recommend you to breathe. When you're holding the kickboard, when you come up for air, you want to push down on the kickboard like this. You see what I'm doing? So I'm kicking, coming up for air, I push down like this. Kicking, and then when I come up for air, I push down. So as you can see, I'm starting from here and I push down like this. I started at a diagonal. I don't want to push down like flat like this. It's too much pressure onto your arms, okay? You don't want that. All you have to do, push down the kickboard like this. This is too much. Your kickboard's gonna fly like that. This is the angle you want, right here. Oh yeah, nice and sharp. So here, push down like that. That's it. Here, push down. Okay, so I get the nose of the kickboard's popping out, but most of its body is down in the water. Come up for air. So I'm pushing down on the kickboard, the nose is peeking out, and I come up for air like this. And you can see, As I told you in many other videos that I made on the topic, my lower lip is touching the water. Don't do this. Don't do the giraffe neck. Okay? Why? Because your whole spine is going to look down. Okay? Your whole body's going to do like this. And it's really hard to recover from this versus this. This is not what you wanted to be doing. Don't do the giraffe neck. Okay? That's all you need to do. The kickboard is the solution, okay? Always practice front kicking drills before you attempt to do front crawl or front kicking on your own. So thanks for watching. If you want to pick up this kickboard, I put the link down in the description below. Subscribe to this channel if you like what you're seeing. And if you really want to learn how to swim, click the link below. Sign up for 7dayswim.co, my online course that I made just for you. If you want to just skip through all the bullshit that you see on YouTube and just start swimming now, okay? I'll give you a game plan. The online course is only $27. And that $27 is the best investment you will ever make when it comes to swimming. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.